Greetings, Commander Kirill. My name is Enra Silver, and this is the planet orientation and visual tour of your new command post, the Cafe 42 Exocraft Mission Hub. First, a bit of background on the planet itself. This planet is a very rare find. So far, there have been 4 different kinds of burrowing lifeforms discovered, and we've only charted a mere fraction of the planet's surface. While the mixture of fauna is unusual, what truly sets this planet apart is its flora. Specifically, certain mineral formations found dotted all over the planet's surface. The surveyors who found the planet thought nothing of them at first, but then it was discovered that during storms, the rocks absorbed ambient electrical charge present in the atmosphere. This caused them to glow so fiercely that the surveyors dubbed them storm crystals. They sent a sample back to our main labs, and the possibilities of these crystals are astonishing. Unfortunately, the same storms that invigorate the crystals make harvesting them very hazardous. Attrition has been high among the surveyors as they try to gather them. Accordingly, Cafe leadership has sent me to the planet to create a base, a hub to send out exocraft missions to scout the rest of the planet, as well as gather more crystals. With thermal heating coils installed in the driver's compartment, the exocrafts should be able to provide protection from the storms and allow scouts to harvest the crystals more safely. Now the background is out of the way, let me show you around your brand new command. The base was constructed using the latest techniques and materials. You'll notice throughout our tour that I've made excellent use of the newly discovered miniaturization technology, starting with the landing pads. When the scouts exit their ships, they'll notice clusters of the mineral formations at each corner. I had hoped they would provide an excellent visual, but after excavating them and reinstalling them on the landing pad scaffolding, I discovered they no longer absorbed any energy. I added light fissures and beacons to each cluster, and they still give a good visual, but I'm still looking for ways to get them absorbing energy again. If I can figure it out, they will create a truly unique sight as ships approach to land. After landing, scouts will take the short-range teleporter up to the exocraft summoning stations. To allow for quicker exocraft launches, the launch area has been made entirely out of race force amplifiers. All 4 of the land vehicle exocraft stations have been placed in the middle. Scouts simply need to go to the terminal of the exocraft they desire to use, call it in, and launch. I can definitely recommend that you undertake several scouting missions yourself. The launch experience is exhilarating. The build site was chosen for elevation and location to multiple storm crystal formations, and unfortunately, there was not a nearby electromagnetic spot. Again, using the new miniaturization tech, I made a solar array for the base that will provide more power than you can ever use. I had to protect the delicate panels from the storms, but a switch on the bottom of the enclosure will open a door and allow access if repairs are needed. The Exomech jockeys are a strange bunch, even for scouts, and they invariably push their mech harder than any other scout pushes the other exocrafts. Since the mech is unaffected by the race force amplifiers, I thought it would be wiser to put the mech station inside the repair garage. The last part of the base to get assembled was the way station. During its construction, I found myself getting lost trying to get from the garage to the way station during the height of a storm, so I installed lamps and reversed the miniaturization tech to maximize the size of emergency heaters and placed them at each lamp to help protect staff should they need to travel between the garage and way station during a storm, as well as making sure the stairs leading up to the way station were well lit. Once inside the front door, the light switch is to your right. The first floor of the way station has a communal dining and relaxation area, while the door on the right leads to your office. Feel free to add or change any decoration you want. It is your office after all. The teleporter in the back leads up to your personal sleeping quarters. Hopefully it will be to your liking. Please take note of the switch on the wall next to the teleporter. I'll show you its purpose here shortly. The communal area on the first floor has nutrient processors, but it also has an electric range for the scouts that prefer to cook their own food. Stairs lead up from the communal area to a bunk room for the scouts, with beds for 6 sleeping at a time. One of the doors leads outside to a walkway that wraps around the entire second story. The other door leads to a multiple destination teleporter. If you turn to the left upon immediately entering the room, you'll notice 5 switches on the wall. Flipping a switch will power up the teleporter in the room, as well as a teleporter in one of 5 rooftop retreats. Each retreat has been decorated slightly differently. Hopefully everyone will be able to find a retreat that speaks to them. Now, only 4 of these switches will work. The 5th switch will only work if that switch I pointed out to you in your bedroom is also flipped on. This allows you to control access to the Commander's Retreat, a retreat at the very pinnacle of the way station. Well, that concludes the virtual tour. Your transport should be dropping out of warp into the system shortly. I hope you find the base to be efficient while also having a comforting, homey feel. Or that was my goal at least. May you have a fruitful deployment, and if I might make a suggestion, instead of focusing on the planet's hazards, focus instead on the planet's severe beauty, which it has in plenty.